with the revolutions, and I can speak, I suppose, particularly about Egypt, one of the things that immediately happened in Tahrir in the 18 days was the emergence of art as a form of expression. So, and I'm talking very broadly, like street art, like things that people drew on the ground, little kind of almost installation art. And this street art started out as quite elementary. And so you had somebody, for example, making an aeroplane on the ground out of paper cups, and then saying that this is the aeroplane that's waiting for Mubarak, and or a group of young people creating a huge wall out of plastic pockets, which then people would come and you'd tell them a joke, and they would write it and insert it in the plastic pocket, and so you had a wall of jokes and cartoons going up in the square. Graffiti happened very quickly, and of course it began in a very rudimentary form with slogans and so on, and it has developed over the years so that right now, because in the last clashes between continuing protesters and the armed forces, the armed forces saw fit to build 6 massive walls blocking off central Cairo streets from each other and reminding everybody of the separation wall in Israel, which they seem to be completely insensitive to. And what has happened is that people have painted on them, and they are really remarkable paintings, and they're done by students and teachers of art. One wall goes across the street, and they've painted it in perspective, so that as you approach it, you imagine that the street continues. Others have sort of rainbows and people flying. It's a sort of a lot of them are actually homage to Banksy and what he's done in Palestine. The street, Muhammad Mahmoud, which has become a byword for the brutality of the army against the people, the walls on both sides are now superb. They have ancient Egyptian murals. They have Christian Byzantine murals of the people who were killed in the football grounds with wings and halos. They're just completely remarkable. Until the revolution happened, it was almost de rigueur for a writer, a serious writer, to deal with what was happening, to write dissident material, to write about how terrible things are in whatever form. And now I think it should be possible, and I think that the energy will be A, towards imagining a future, and B, towards actually being able to write about anything. Like I don't know, write about the ballet, write about what's happening in Russia, rather than be so immersed in the terrible things that are happening in our societies. I think this is a time when people will look outward and will tell us what they have to say about the world, and will use that to develop visions for the future.